Good afternoon, Not Move podcast. Hope y'all are having yourselves a great Tuesday, a victory Tuesday for the Kansas City Chiefs. I got JB with me. What's up, man?
Not much, not much. What's going on? What's going on, dude?
Oh, gotta unpack it, gotta get her done. We finally edged out 22-9, our first victory of the year against the New York Football Giants. We got
Oh
to
yeah.
uh, we got to go through it just a little bit and see what we just want to talk about, see what we saw some tendencies, man. I wanted to kind of also recap some stats that we're going through now that we've been through 3 games, kind of a decent amount, a good chunk of change as far as the season is concerned when it comes to our Kansas City Chiefs. So, for starters, let's start with this game. It was reported on Friday. I think we had reported it at our recap or our preview, excuse me, with Zip Zap was Xavier Worthy was listed as out. He didn't even
Mm-hmm.
travel with the team. So kind of back to square one as far as our wideouts go. I must say, as far as Hollywood, Tyquan
Wow.
Thornton, those guys are doing a lot with a little right now. Patrick Mahomes is really doing a lot with a little. I'm not discrediting Tyquan Thornton or Hollywood when I say that, but
Back.
there's also a clear baseline between Worthy, Rice, and Brown and Thornton. So I think Thornton will get himself up there and be in that upper tier with Rice and Worthy. He just got to develop a little bit. So he was,
Yeah, well, I've been calling Taekwon Thornton out since training camp. I mean,
yeah,
that guy, dude. I mean, we've seen it here. The Chiefs got a deep threat, not just in Xavier Worthy, but now Taekwon Thornton. Hollywood Brown, he's got some speed too, but
yeah.
I
I
mean, there's multiple
my
times that Taekwon Thornton's gotten past that defense at second level, and he's just wide open. I mean, even when he wasn't wide open, the dude made that spectacular catch at the one.
well, back to back. They're literally
Yeah,
back to back
back to
plays.
back. Like, yeah, dude, and as if the first one wasn't good enough, you know what I mean? I do though. I don't want to interrupt this, but I do want to sit there and say I just seen something come up over at ESPN. CJ Gardner Johnson is expected to be released by the Houston Texans today.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Watch him go
Wow.
to Philly. Watch him go to Philly.
We got to watch him go back. Yeah,
Yep. Watch
I
him go
could
right
see
back to Philly.
pennies on the dollar right there. That's what
Yep.
that is.
Yep. Yep. It says
Um,
he's expected to be released today.
did they say why?
Nope. It just says Houston
Uh,
Texans are so I don't know. But yeah.
that's that's interesting. Well, in light of that news, yeah, hope he doesn't go back to Philly. I don't need that. I don't think we need that. You don't need to be
No.
added to a defense that needs some key help right there.
No, absolutely not.
So after seeing this game, it wasn't. Believe me, it was not pretty, at least for the first half. But I felt once the third quarter came around, they started, just laying out a solid foundation as far as the run game goes, the passing game. Those two back to, I mean, the thought process by Mahomes to go basically run the same play again twice and have Tyquan Thornton make the same play twice. I just wish he'd have, reached it in for the end zone for a tutty. I felt he could have, but that was also a
Mm,
pretty heavily contested catch.
I mean, I watched that a couple of times over. I mean, the angle where the ball was. I mean, you're that would be
Yeah, it.
a catch of the year type thing. I mean,
I mean, I already felt the second one was the catch of the year anyway, but
yeah, the second
that's
one. So,
at least so far. So so let's go ahead and break some of this down really quick. I just want to go over some of the stats that we have right now. Patty's got 669 yards passing. Okay, leading passer. This is the part where I'm not exactly the most fond of, but I have to bring it up. He is the team's leading rusher with 125 yards right now.
yep.
I I don't know. Our leading wide receiver is Hollywood Brown with 171. Then you have looks to be Tyquan Thornton. Actually, wow, they're tied. Brown
You know,
and Tyquan Thornton are tied. So that, and then you have Travis Kelce with a $134 is your top three. So your second
nice.
rusher is Pacheco with 92, Kareem Hunt with looks to be 81. So as far as offense goes, we know what it is. We've just got to we got to get in a rhythm. Some
Yeah,
I
I know
think
when
it's
they.
the offensive line. I really do.
Well, I mean, so when both teams started, they definitely looked like 0-2 squads early on. Mahomes threw that backward pass. One nearly a fumble. But he recovered it to keep the drive alive. I mean, what would have happened if that were gone
Uh,
down? If he wouldn't have played clutch on that, like.
that
And
backwards
that's just first half
pass.
struggles. That's just first half struggles, man.
Yeah, and that backwards pass that Mahomes came and literally just stole right out of that defender's hands. I
Hmm.
mean, that
And then
that saved the game.
and then second half spark. You had Casey's 11 play, 74-yard drive to open the third quarter. It was a turning point into the uh it was a turning point into the game. Tyquan Thornton's clutch third down catch to set up Kareem Hunt's winner touchdown run. It really set us up to getting back into the groove of where we should be. Russell Wilson, he did throw 2 picks, and he just converted just one of 10 third downs. You know,
Yeah.
Rookie Scattaboo. I know Bo's big on Scattaboo. That dude got 121 yards scrimmage, and I tell you, I mean, I like that mix they got out there with Jackson Dart starting, getting ready to take that starting job. I like it. I like it. I'm fond of
I
it.
I wish the New York Giants nothing but the best in their endeavors as far as now that they've made the change over to Jackson Dart, which was reported this morning.
Right, right.
So I just hope, for the sake of the every other quarterback that's been gone through their trials and tribulations in New York, I just hope that he can honestly be the change that they want to see. Uh, really quickly here, just want to go through this really quick as far as our top tacklers. We have Nick Bolton with 15 tackles, and we also have Jalen Watson with 12. So there's your top two. As far as your sacks go, you have George Karlaftis and Drew Tranquil both tied with 2 sacks apiece. And then as far as interceptions go, you have Christian Wallace. I cannot pronounce his first part of his last name.
Mm-mm.
He's tied for 1 also with Jalen Watson. So it's kind of where we're at after 3 games. The stats are kind of
Yeah,
they're
that offensive rhythm is still up, like you're saying. The Kansas City just averaged 4.6 yards per play. Harrison Butker missed two more kicks, bringing the season total to 4 missed kicks this year. Travis
yeah. I think
Kelce,
they've been
Pacheco,
what are they 2 field goals and 2 PATs, right?
yeah. Kelce had just 26 yards and 4 catches, whereas Pacheco managed 45 yards on 10 carries. Well, Hunt got that lone touchdown rush. Like you said,
Yeah.
though, I mean, the defense, they were able to hold Wilson down to
Mhm.
2 picks and a 43.8 passer rating, which
And
is, realistically, like, how scared are you going to be of Russ? You know,
yeah, but I mean, and after this week, I also got to bring this up. The one other elephant in the room, man. Juwan Taylor's leading the league in penalties right now.
yet again, 2 years in a row.
I can't.
We have a guy that we're paying $50 million a year just to sit on the bench that can
I
play right tackle.
and this is supposed to be a contract year for Juwan Taylor.
And I was thinking about that yesterday too. And all I could hear was this Chief 316 saying in the back of my ear, it's contract year and it never fails. My guy, it's failing.
I know. Like this is
Fucking
how many
failing.
times have we seen a contract year and they actually excel?
Dude, it's
Like
like he's
for
gotten
instance,
worse. He's
I
gotten worse, dude.
know.
I watched the play on him, dude. He jumped before the rest of the line jumped, bro. Like clear as
Yeah.
day. Like he had Noah Gray on the other side of him, dude, and he jumped way back, and Noah Gray and Trey Smith were just standing there, like,
What are you doing? Yeah, well, and here's the thing though. I can even add this. Nick Bolton, of all people, okay? He played very well last year, right? He wanted to go seek the free agent market. Kansas City Chiefs made him an offer. He said, I'm going to go test the free agency market. By all means, you are well within your right to do so. But he came back. We did get him on a little bit of a cheaper, but they did throw him a bone because he is, hometown deal, hometown guy. So I will just say it like this. You need to make a change away from Jawan Taylor. Have him sit a few games, get his knees right, get his health right, because I'm telling you, like you and I had harped on it before the San Diego game, or before the Chargers game. Something's got to give with this dude, because I'm telling you right now, they're saying he's on pace for 40 penalties by himself this season.
wow.
He is on pace for 40 at this point, the rate he's going. And I'm going to tell you, I know that's the number one thing why they're focusing on Kelce being so mad and irate on the sidelines, because he's lining up right next to him and he's just looking. All he says is he sees him moving. It pissed me off too.
Yeah. And the thing was too, before I seen it, wasn't even Kelce that came at him. It was Reed that came unglued and came at Kelce. And Kelce, like, when Reed came up and initiated that contact, Kelce kind of like, it was like, hey, you seen the look on his face. He looked like a little kid with his dad yelling at him. He's like, all right,
Yeah, and that's the thing that's the thing though. That's the level of respect they have, because I know Travis Kelce gets a little chirpy, but if Reed comes up to him, he's like, oh man.
Yeah, he's mad. Yeah, he
I'm not mad, son. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, he went at him, dude. He went at him.
So, I'll just say it like this: if you had to make one change right now, regardless if it's offense, defense, special teams, right now for me, it's Jawan Taylor. We have a few pieces on depth that are Swiss Army knives, in my opinion. We can move some guys around and make a change to help, because even Felix Anudike-Uzomah, he's not bad. And that's the thing, though, is the one hard part is Creed Humphreys and Trey Smith are the two highest paid guys, respectively, in their positions, I think, right now. And something's not adding up. The math ain't mathing with this offensive line right now, and I don't know what it is. Because I was looking at this metric and it said Mahomes has less time to throw than he did last year.
Yeah, that's insane.
He barely had any time last year.
I know. Went 15-2 that way too. It's crazy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say one thing that's really got me, like, I mean, like, it's a good stepping stone, and I don't want to touch too much into it, because we got, later on this week to touch about the game coming up. But going into last night's game, I was like, oh shoot, we got the Ravens next week.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna get smacked up. And then I seen the Ravens play last night.
They look human.
And I'm gonna tell you this though. I do not expect the Ravens to play like that 3 weeks in a row. If anybody does, I don't know. There's something
I don't
wrong
think they. I don't think they will. I think it'll. I mean, I don't feel they played bad against Cleveland. It's just that's a divisional game, and people kind of look at it a little differently because it's the Browns. It's still a divisional opponent. They still play each other very well. Because if you notice, they still gave up almost basically a 40 burger, but the only thing was it was everyone but Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So they sold on Henry and didn't care about anything else. So as if I could just say, looking forward or looking at it this week, because we'll break down the game this weekend later on this week, but I just want to know the same question I asked last week to Zip. The same thing I'll ask if we bring someone up regarding the pregame or the preview for the Ravens game. which Baltimore Ravens off or defense are we getting? Because that defense is human. And I know they were missing two guys, but your depth pieces should be able to take care of that. I mean, the one stat was that I heard the Baltimore Ravens at home hadn't allowed a 95-yard or longer drive since 2001, and they allowed two last night.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
So something's got to give.
They're not the same defense, clearly.
No. Because last year I felt their defense was way better.
Oh yeah.
Now, and that's the hard part that
we're better.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. We're living and dying by these games. I mean, how many times have we harped on it already? Third game, week 3.
Yep.
It's hard to also have to pump brakes on it because you are at week 3 of the NFL season where you're transitioning from, hey, I'm getting over my mistakes.
This is where you're going to start collecting wins.
Yes, and this is where you have to start collecting wins. If you can still collect those wins through the transition period from preseason to regular season, great. But now is when football's really starting and your teams are going to start finding their identities. So that way they know what they have to look forward to in case if they have to make a move for the trade deadline or in case if they are ready to wait for this guy who's on, PUP or IR to get healthy so they can make a push for the playoffs. So I'm interested to see what they do. I'm also interested to see what we do because there are, in my opinion, clear issues. The one glaring issue on defense that I see right now, I still miss Deon Bush. I wish we could go find something to help, but it is what it is. It's a bend but don't break defense right now, and there's nothing else I can do to make it any better in my brain.
The Chiefs have won Super Bowls on a bend don't break defense. They've won 2 of them.
Yes, we have. We definitely have.
I'm not discouraged by it. I'm totally fine. I don't like it.
Yeah. Now the one last question I have for you. Is it safe to add a kicker to the list of needs? Or are we jumping the gun too early?
You brought this up last time.
Yeah. Because the word next to Harrison Butker used to be clutch. And through 3 weeks of football, we've missed 4 kicks.
Yeah. I don't know if it's time yet, but going into next season, probably. Like this season, I think we got to stick out with Harrison. I think it was last year, or the year before, he had that surgery to repair his knee after because of what he did to his ankle the year before. He had adjusted his kick and his landing on his plant foot, and it tore his knee up. So hey man, look, here's the deal. He's not no Justin Tucker or anything like that. So I think he'll be fine. I think you just gotta, everybody has a bad game. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm just saying.
You go and make a 70 or 60-yard fucking.
Yeah, he'll make a 60-yard fire drill, but as far as basic PATs and stuff, that you got to make that still make sense to me. I'm gonna just say this: I'm not adding him to my list yet, but I've got my eye on him. But anyways, into wrapping this up, I'm glad we finally got our win. We'll take care of our preview against the Baltimore Ravens later this week because regardless of what kind of shape
Tinez on, maybe somebody else. We'll see.
Okay, all right. And regardless of what shape both our teams are in, I tell you what, it's going to be a good game. It always is against the Ravens. So it's going to be Arrowhead 3:25 on Sunday. And we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. So, JB, always a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you.
Always, my dude.
So, hey, make sure and go follow us on all of these social media outlets. We are basically everywhere. We are all, and also follow us on all the streaming websites. We're also there too, so that way you can listen to Not Move podcast on the go. As soon as we upload an episode, click that bell up at the top right hand corner, so that way you get notified every time a podcast or a segment gets uploaded to your Not Move Podcast Network streaming sites. JB, I hope you have yourself a good day on purpose.
Please,
Not
please,
moved.
please, everybody, go hit that sub button on YouTube. Sub. We will be doing a jersey of your choice, your team, your player. We'll be doing a jersey giveaway. That will be announced here within the next couple of weeks. On top of that, you guys, mybookie.ag. Big plays, bigger payouts. At mybookie.ag, every game's a chance to cash in. NFL, college, props, bet it all, win it all. Sign up, lock in, let the games pay you. Go to mybookie.ag, type in promo code not moved. I ain't got anything else, but with that, always stay not moved.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.